Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Jody Dean, your host for this evening. Welcome back to the Scream Scene for another horror movie review. Tonight we are going to talk about 47 Hours to Live, this little horror flick right here. Now I bought this yesterday in the store solely because how the cover looked. I've done that before and I've won, I've done that before and I have lost. However, over a huge bowl of popcorn last night, I was thoroughly impressed with this film. I'm going to tell you guys what I liked about it, what I didn't care for, and at the end of this video, we're going to rate the film. Guys, this is the Scream Scene. Let's go. Now, speaking of the cover, that is a really cool cover. You got a phone, you got a demon chick reaching out of it. It says, pass on the curse within 47 hours or die. I'm not dying. All right, let's go ahead and read a little bit about the movie right now. Two teenage girls are bored one night and turn to the internet for scary stories. They find a game on a creepy website that claims you can use your phone to summon the supernatural. And if you lose the game, you lose your life. That was a little dramatic. Okay, I guess we're going drama here tonight. Now, this is a horror thriller. And the last movie I reviewed last week, Play Dead, was a horror thriller as well. Now, this film was directed by Patrick Johnson. Patrick is known for these following films. He did Crushed. He did The High Schooler's Guide to College. He did the movie Side Effects. And he did 47 Hours to Live. Now, the film stars Erica Culbertson, who played the tutored girl, and Allie Marie Evans, who I loved in this film, who played Cadence. Now, I was really impressed with these two young ladies. I thought they did a great job carrying this film. Their acting was pretty solid from the beginning to the end. They played the intense parts really well, and I just felt like they meshed really well as the film got going. Of course, they become really close in this film, and you'll see why if you watch it. Best friends gotta die together! The film was released in 2019. It's an hour and a half long. IMDb's got a rating on this film of a 4.5 out of 10. I think I'm going to get a little bit higher than that towards the end of this review. So the movie starts out, these two girls just fall in each other's paths. They're not the cool kids in school. Actually, they kind of get picked on by the cool kids in school, which really, I don't see how those cool kids are cool. They're just snobby, snooty little twat waffles. However, as they start friending up, they decide to play this little summoning game with their cell phones. You know what's crazy is the world has come to summoning demons with phones. There's all these ghost apps, there's all these cryptic Ouija board apps, which is a great concept for a movie, and that's what they did here. They said, let's capitalize on this and turn it into a film. Brilliant. I love the concept, and that's really what sold me when I was looking at it in the store. I said, that sounds pretty cool. Now, the crazy thing is in the movie, these girls don't really believe that this is going to work. This is just for fun and games. However, they quickly realize once they've played this, that something's going on, something's not right. Things are starting to show up, things are starting to happen, they're starting to lose their minds. That was too much? Ground. So once things start happening, the film starts to get creepy and you start to say, okay, all right, it's a horror film now. He had some pretty good effects in this film. Basically, like this demon thing would show up and make them see things that weren't really there. Or they were there, it was just dimensional, almost like an upside down. You can only see it when it wants to be seen, where it wants to be seen. God, I can't wait till another season of Stranger Things. Anyways, that's besides the point. When shit hits the fan in this film, it really hits the fan. In the words of Bob Saget,
he's shit everywhere!
Now the crazy thing is in this film, there's like a double threat here. Actually, there's like a triple threat. You know, they're dealing with the bullies in school, they're dealing with summoning this demon with the phone, and there's like constantly these tornado warnings. Throughout the whole film, I felt like Siren Head was just gonna pop up out of nowhere. Siren just keeps going off. These girls keep getting scared. They're panicking, they're panicking, they're panicking. They're running for their life. They did a great job of making this feel intense. When you're watching it, there's certain points throughout the film where you're like, holy shit, dude, you just gotta grab somebody. Gotta be careful who you grab though. Luckily, my wife was sitting by me and I'm like, honey. I felt like they did a good job on the character development in this film. You really get to know these girls. And even though they're complete opposites, you feel like they're meant to be friends with each other, that they're meant to get through this with one another. The tutor girl is kind of like, a little like, I'm not trying to stay out too late, or I'm not trying to do that, that's bad. She's a good little cupcake. The other girl, she's a little bit of a rebel. She's screwing the head cheerleader's boyfriend. The head cheerleader gives this girl shit throughout the whole film, and then she dies. I'm just kidding, that is terrible. There was a good use of practical effects as well as those CGI effects I mentioned. It had all the elements of a good horror film. A girl fell on the ground. There's blood and gore. There's a little bit of sex in the film. In Allie, who played Cadence, I felt like she was the right character for this kind of movie. It's a little bit of a badass. She's fucking old girl's boyfriend. She's the daredevil that wants to play the scary game, but she also ends up being a really good friend and playing the game over and over with her friend to make sure that neither one of them die. It's cool to see that these girls are going to school, they're going to house parties, they're trying to live somewhat of a normal life, they're working jobs. However, they're dealing with this situation that they have 47 hours to live. And it was just supposed to be a stupid game on a phone. However, now here we are. You have to play the game with me again. 47 hours is approaching. That is just crazy. During the sleepover, bored high school outcast Rose and Cadence turn to the internet for scary stories, but instead find an iPhone game which dares the players to set the photo timer on their phone, look into the lens, and pass it back and forth while saying a chant, summoning an evil spirit. When the timer goes off, the person whose picture is taken loses and is vexed with a supernatural curse and death within 47 hours, unless they play the game with someone else who loses to them. I'm starting to see more movies do this. And honestly, I'm glad that they made this film. It was a really good one. I'm glad to own it. I definitely suggest it to anybody out there that's looking for something to watch. You don't always have to see a commercial or a trailer that's being heavily promoted. Sometimes the stuff that's not being heavily promoted is really good, and it's the kind of stuff that I actually want to watch. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this horror movie review. I definitely suggest that you watch 47 Hours to Live. Overall, I give this film a 6.5. I think that's really great. I've been watching a lot of films lately that don't even get into the high fives. That said, I still have a place in my heart for those kind of films. I love indie horror. It don't have to be a blockbuster for me to enjoy it. I actually prefer the films that are made on low budgets, have super creative minds making them. I'm also a filmmaker myself, and I have a horror film coming out this Halloween that's called Mallet: The Nightmare Begins, a Jodie S. Dean film, written and directed by me. I'll leave a link in the description for that, guys, but smash that thumbs up. Make sure you comment below, share this on social media, and just know roses are red, violets are blue. Stay tuned until next Thursday for my next horror movie review. Let's go.